Oh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam. We are here. We're not here for a race today, folks. We're not racing. We are racing. But we are here for qualification for Season 2 of Box 3 Motorsports ACC Series. We're going to go over what the schedule looks like coming up here in just a little bit. But we have some business to take care of because, again, we're here for qualification. The best part about this is the drivers have no clue what track they're going to drive. They're going to do two 20-minute races today. So I thank everyone for being here and joining me live. Wasn't sure we were actually going to stream this and then decided why not. Let's get on and let's do qualification. So as Huff, our PC League manager, described it, this is public lobbies, but with a little more decorum, right? Let's not drive each other off the track, not your typical pubs. But at the same time, a lot of different drivers, a lot of different, what do I want to call, class of drivers on track at the same time. So really going to be like a very multi-class race. And we're going to get to see how these guys perform, not just who can hot lap the fastest, but it's about how you drive in traffic. Maybe one of our faster guys, for some reason, will end up starting towards the back and have to work his way to the front. And that tells a lot more about a driver than someone who can just hot lap as quickly as possible. Huffman is a madman for this one. He is the madman, but he is killing it over there with our PC League. Again, our PC League manager. And I got to say, when it comes to having, you know, all of us that work together to create Box 3 and to try and promote it and build it and grow it into something great, Huff is the guy that's just like been banging, because this PC League would not be the size it is. It would not be the, it would not be as good as it is without his constant pushing of making sure he's there to set servers and come up with these qualification things and all this different stuff he does. It's just, I can't praise the guy enough. And I know it sounds like, you know, I'm probably blowing him right now, but that's not what it is. It's seriously, like, hats off to him for the work and effort he puts into it. He really crushes on this PC League. We're going to jump over there. But first, right here, live on stream, we get to pick the track. And as you can see, Silverstone, Spa, Monza, Imola, and the Nürburgring are the selections for today. We're going to decide right here live what races these guys run. So first race up front, what are we going to do? And Huff, I know I told you I would join back into the channel, but I realized if I do, the inmates will start running the asylum live on stream. So I figured I better stay out until this is all set, but I will be jumping in there real quick momentarily. So let's pick it out, folks. First 20-minute race today. Let's see where we're going. Spin that magical wheel. Let's go. You guys can't hear the sounds. It's doing ticky things in my ear. Right there. We are going first to the Nürburgring. All set. Going to the Nürb. And we're going to remove that. And that screen will stay ready for our second race today. So we are going to Nürb. Let's go. Huff's going to set that server up. I'm going to jump over there and make sure he knows real quick and get myself in there. Huff, you all set on that track, sir?
Yeah, bro, I see you. You're good.
Excellent. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to jump right back out as we wait. Let me know when that server's ready.
10-4.
There you go, folks. We're going to the Nürburgring today. We're going to just refresh our list here to let us know when we are all set to jump in for qualification racing today. This is going to be so much fun. I really should have done some other things because I have other plans and things I want to do outside of covering the races. I really should have set that up today, and I just ran out of time having to pack some things up and get my weekend finished before the work week starts. So unfortunately not something I was able to do, but that's okay. We're going to be here for all the races. 2 of them today. We're going to the Nürb first. We'll see where we go second. Again, Monza, Imola, Silverstone, and Spa be the choices for the last one. Did your wheel get back to you? Not yet, but apparently it is supposed to be out here tomorrow. I'm apparently supposed to have it tomorrow. I'm really hoping it comes back tomorrow. I will tell you. It's been at least 3 weeks. It's been pretty much the whole month of February, and I need my wheel back. I got to start driving again. Driving me nuts. Everything's fine. We're fine. You know, and again, Nürb is one of those tracks that I'm kind of glad it came up, because one of two things happens. a lot of the tracks out there, whether it's Spa or Imola, people are like, I'm okay with it. You know, it's okay. I don't mind it. It's okay. NERB has this attitude of either you absolutely love it or you absolutely despise it. Like, those are the only two options when it comes to NERB, and I just cannot figure it out. I personally don't mind it. Again, it's one of those tracks. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. But there's this attitude about it where they're like, no, I hate that, or yeah, I want that. There's no in between with Nürburgring, so I'm kind of happy that one landed. If we can get this to go, which it doesn't look like we're going to, all the way back out. Hope everyone's having themselves a great weekend. What is going on? Yeah, there's 1,300 box 3. Ready for the week to start. Now, again, let's take a quick look, folks, because we are talking about our PC season. Jump over there and take a fast look. Races will not actually start until March 6th. We kick off season 2 of Box 3 Motorsports PC ACC League at Suzuka with an endurance race, 90 minutes with a 20-minute qualification at 8 p.m. UTC start time. That's an endurance race. And don't forget as well, Pro Class Champ this season wins a Next Level Racing FGT Lite to mount all their gear to. Gear not included, okay? Just the FGT Lite. But great prize for somebody for our Pro Class winner this season. As well, Silver Class Champ's going to pull a 1 full car setup bundle from Coach Dave Academy, and our most improved driver, as voted on by the drivers, will receive a track map bundle from Coach Dave. So we want to thank both of those, both Next Level Racing and Coach Dave, for throwing those prizes down for our drivers this season. That is absolutely fantastic. Don't forget as well, Xbox Season 2 has already begun. We're 2 races deep at this point. Brands Hatch just finishing yesterday with an absolutely phenomenal race. You know, P1 was locked up. Frosty just ran away with that. However, JB and B Fife yesterday with an absolute banger of a battle at Brands Hatch for P2, and it ended up coming literally down to the wire. So absolutely fantastic. I thought that was awesome. But we're back next week with Brands Hatch, February 26th, an endurance race, 2 hours of Xbox ACC racing. And I'm just going to bounce. Being stupid, as it often does. But we can keep talking right here because we also have coming up our Euro trip, right? These series. Casual racing every Monday night, 8 p.m. UTC, starting in Donington, running all over the EU. Donington, Barcelona, Paul Ricard. You see them all there. Spa. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Again, a casual league. If you don't feel like you're ready to jump in to racing in league races for points, or, you know, maybe you're like me. I'm the type of person. League races really drive me crazy. It's not because of other drivers. It's because of myself, right? Well, Euro Trip's for you because it's a casual league ready to go. There we go. Looks like we might be able to get connected now. So again, a lot of great happenings over at Box 3 Motorsports. Everybody should absolutely jump in there and get ready for some racing. And we join with 4 minutes left in free practice. Apologies for the delay getting over there, but of course, ACC doing ACC things. I should probably get my camera software up. That would help, wouldn't it? One of those days. Casual racing here at Box 3. Ton of drivers, 24 on track already today. We get zoomed in here. So again, free practice starting off. There's going to be a short qualification. Let me jump back real quick to the garage so we can just see the times. I haven't seen the times. So we've got a 5-minute free practice, a 10-minute qual, and then a 20-minute race. The same thing will occur for race 2 once we pick that live here on stream today. But let's take a look at who's here. Brian Canopin joins us again, this time switching up in the Mercedes. Wow. That's different to see, but we welcome him back. Awesome to see him here. Going to join us for season 2. David Soul returns this season in the McLaren. Philip Dolshan. I don't think we've seen much of him on track thus far, but good to see him out there today in the Ferrari. Tobias Gable, there he is. Now out in the McLaren. Normally a Lexus driver. But Tobias going to jump into that McLaren today. And for season 2, I would assume. Jay Butler. Out in the Mercedes. A great mix of manufacturers so far. Humphrey Wangle Snatcher returns. Came in right at the end of season 1, now going to be here for season 2. Wangle Snatcher, someone I always enjoyed watching in a previous league. Great racer, great pace, great consistency, and very clean. So great to have him here as well. Daniel Pickett returns in a Porsche. Kevin Huffman, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend himself, still out in that Lexus. I don't think he's ever going to give that up, and I don't blame him. I stick to my Audi whenever I drive. Steven back on track in his green NZXT McLaren. Linus Weiss, a new driver in the AMG. Sonic T Hedgehog joins us. Hopefully going to be super fast. Love the livery. And again, another new driver. Rob Kieser in the Porsche. I know y'all wait for these names to come up. Petru Yonica? Somebody tell me if I got it wrong. Yonica? I think that sounds right. Petru, a new driver. Thank you for joining us. Rick Pixel. Out in the McLaren as well. Christoph Arts. Another BMW on track today. Bryn Evans returns. Centurio Butts out in the Lamborghini. One of the first Lambos we've seen so far. Matt Comiskey. Comiskey Racing. Kev Chalice, Comiskey and Chalice, both new racers this season. Remco Ottens returns in his very fancy McLaren. Kevin Silvares back again to race with us. DJ comes back in the Porsche with Xander Galvin, another new racer, another Lexus driver. Having a little bit of trouble today getting ready for the race. But again, free practice. Qualification about to start. We've got Clueless out, and that is a very, very bright BMW on track today. And Clueless with Renato Coelho. Coelho? And guys, if I mispronounce your names, let me know. You gotta tell me how to get it right. Tobias did. Now I can say Tobias Gable. We are ready for qualification to kick off today. I want to thank everyone for being here. We are joined by the man himself, Caleb, Red Rider. How are you, sir? Maybe he can hear me, maybe he can't.
Helps if you unmute your microphone.
It does help if you unmute your microphone. I'm good, man. What is the word today? I gotta kill some stuff here. I cannot listen to music the whole... There we go. Red, how are you today?
Real good.
Excellent. So free practice finishing up with K Arts with a 156.8 here at the Nürburgring. But again, that's just practice. We will let qualification get going.
Green light. Go, go, go.
as we get ready for qual today. Let's see. Blue, do me a favor. Put yourself into a voice channel. Any voice channel will work. And let me know when you are there, sir. Everybody heading out. Only 10 minutes of qualification before this race. And with 20 plus 20, yeah, we're up to 26 drivers on track. I don't see a lot of people being able to set qual laps. Or at least not the lap they want to, right, Red?
I don't know.
That's
This
what
track,
I'm saying.
I don't know. I think it'll be okay. You're not going to get the best start, but we want to see how you're doing with everything, not just...
Well, and that's kind of the point, right? Is you know, I think that's the point today. And I think it's important that we see this. It's not just, again, how fast you hot lap. It's how fast you are in traffic and how you drive in traffic, right?
Right. So I think it was the right call. And you got 2 races, so...
Yeah, you don't have to impress in both, right? I honestly, again, pace matters, but I really think it comes down to how clean you can be today, as well as we're joined by your boy Blue.
Just let anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't let just anybody in, but Blue's all right.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't just let anybody in here. You gotta select certain drivers who have just
Now, Blue.
esteemed mystique.
Well, no, not necessarily that, but at Blue, we've watched your streams. I've watched your weeknight streams where you guys are running pubs. Do me a favor, no weird mutant Wendy's burgers while we're on stream today, okay? Yeah, please don't do that. And straighten your pedals out if you could do that possibly. That would be...
It's the funny part. It looks like my camera's mega crooked, but yeah, it is my pedals. My rig will come together. My rig will come together here soon for sure. But yeah, I'm super excited for season 2. Although I'm not qualifying today, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, you're pretty much set in your rating or your class, right? So you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely classified as a silver driver, but I like being silver driver. The pack is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. We still get sweaty. We still get competitive with each other. And it's a blast actually.
Also, I'm curious, and I've got the camera focused on Tobias Gable right now. I'm curious to see how he does this season. Switching over to the McLaren, out of the Lexus. I think we've only ever seen him drive Lexus.
Yeah, going from a front engine to a mid engine.
Yeah.
And, totally different handling and stuff like that. I went the opposite direction. I went from the McLaren to the Lexus, and I really enjoyed it. So he's pretty good at the game.
Yeah, but very brave to switch up like that too, right?
Yeah, I would say that you got to know the car pretty well for that kind of switch. So he's confident in his ability.
And I think my thing with it is more this idea that, which I just realized I gotta move stuff. More this idea that he came from Xbox, which we know is a completely different feeling. And season 1 here at Box was his first season on PC driving competitively. And so to change cars, so I guess so soon, maybe is more my thing, right? I know people go through phases. They want to move, they want to change cars. Myself, from the Audi over to the Mercedes, I just want to try it out. But like, you got to be brave, don't you?
Yeah, and I would think that he probably he had a really good grasp on the Lexus because he drove it on Xbox and now on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Vastly different, it's kind of going from, a river to a lake sort of deal. But
yeah,
I think his driving ability, it doesn't matter, what car you put someone in, their driving ability will take over, and he's world class. I mean, as far as that goes, and especially it's more impressive knowing that his first PC season was last season with us. So,
well, I think that's my thing with him is the consistency. He's just very consistent, rarely in trouble, rarely finds himself in incident.
Yeah, he's got some bumps and bruises here and there, but yeah, for the most part, I mean, to be quick in the Lexus, you're pretty skilled at your driving. So I think it also might be a challenge for him to switch it up from the Lexus to a new car. I think he might want to push himself a little bit.
Gotcha. Now, Red, I saw something in the Discord.
Lexus for so long was because he had the field of view customized on Xbox. And then they took that away, so it was stuck where it was. And if he got in other cars, it was not anywhere near where it should have been.
No kidding.
So I
Okay.
think that's why it's stuck there for so long, if I understand things right.
Gotcha. Now, Red, I read that you might be changing cars for season 2 as well.
There's a chance. I'm searching around to see what I like. And I'm just going to be in... I'm not running every race because I'm going to try to take over a lot of the stuff Huffman's doing so he can concentrate on practicing and racing and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I'm only going to be practicing for one track every now and then, so it's going to be a good time to try to see what I want to do.
Gotcha.
So
That'll be good.
We're entrusting Red with, of course, we were just talking about him, and he's way off track right now, TG. But I can't believe we're going to trust Red with the league.
But here's the thing. I can. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Red, if I may, let me defend your honor, because I will say Red is very exacting. He will ensure things are the way that they need to be. It might take him a shot or two, and he might yell at people because he gets frustrated more with himself than anyone else. But things will be the way they need to be. I promise you that.
Going back to the whole cars thing, I know we like talking about switching cars up and whatnot, but it is really fun to see a mixed group, right? Like we have Canapan Crow is in a Mercedes. The whole, you look at 5, 6, 7, 8 right now. There's one BMW right there, and it's that I think someone put it cool colored BMW. Ugly is what I would say, but that's just me.
You talking about Clueless?
Yeah,
it's bright.
BMW.
It's extremely bright.
He just looks like a Minnesota Vikings fan, and he doesn't even know what the Minnesota Vikings are. So, but it's kind of cool to see. You got two BMWs, and one's an M4 because Fusi isn't here, so they're probably both M4s, I would assume. So it's kind of nice. You get a Mercedes, McLaren, Porsche in the mix there. It's kind of cool. I'm excited. I'm stoked to see more than just BMW.
To be fair, if he did know who the Minnesota Vikings were, he would still think they were rubbish because that's what he did with everything.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm happy to see it because we watched as just as we were kicking Box 3 off, and again, this is season 2, so it's not like as though the league has been around that long. But just as that happened, update 1.8 comes out, the M4 comes out, and all of a sudden, the top 10 is just packed with M4s. Or was it M4s or M6? Yeah, M4s.
M4s.
Yeah. So, because there was no BOP applied, there was nothing to stop that car from being the fastest one on track, so everybody drove it.
And it was, to be totally honest, I ran some fun stuff with it, just kind of dicking around. And it is, I'm not like I said, I'm a silver class driver, so I'm pretty low on the rank here, but wow, it was really good. before it got the little nerf. It was pretty good because I was quick in it, and that's how I knew it was fast.
Exactly. And if we look here, I mean, we've got an M4 up front from Arts, right? That's okay. We got a 155.9. But right there, Tobias Gable is in the McLaren. Brian Canopin in the AMG. Steven in another McLaren. We've got another BMW, but this another M4, but in 5th. Pickett in the Porsche in 6th. I mean, our top 10 is full of all kinds of different manufacturers. I'm a little disappointed. No one has touched my Audi this season, apparently at all, and it makes me sad, and we're just going to cancel the whole league and shut it down because what's the point if nobody's driving the Audi?
Look at these times from these pro guys. Pop the timetables back up there.
Absolutely, 155s.
We got 50 seconds left in the race, and 55s and 6/100ths of a second between 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a fun front row, and then you got esports legend Crow Brian Canapan in 3rd, and kind of unorthodox. He's rolling with the Mercedes today.
And I gotta say, now again, I was gonna say I don't remember Brian driving the Mercedes in the past, but I gotta say this: Tobias Gable qualifying ahead of Brian Canopin. I mean, look, I watched Tobias on Xbox for 2 or 3 seasons in a previous league. great driver, again, very consistent, like we said earlier, but was typically qualifying in 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere down in there, right? We didn't see him running for pole. And now, as you said, Brian Canopin, an esports guy, drove in the SRO series, and now all of a sudden he's being beaten by Tobias Gable. I mean, this guy is a huge, very strong contender to take this for the season. And we're just looking at one qualifying session for a qualifying race. Yeah. It's amazing to see him jump out there again after driving that Lexus for so long, throwing himself into the McLaren. New car, and he's qualifying in second. I mean, that's.
I'm looking at silver class 2. I'm kind of taking a look at like the guys that are a little bit lower as
he bounces off the wall. Yeah.
I'm kind of taking a look at the lower guys here, and DJ in pro class sitting in the Porsche, the 969 Porsche, in 14th, not terrible. Huff, quote unquote pro class, in that 999 Lexus. He bounced back and forth. Yeah, those guys are setting some pretty solid times too. Frustrated as I didn't get a good lap.
Yeah, TG in the chat saying he didn't get a good lap, and he qualified second, and saying he didn't get a good lap in. Like, and again, I'm not gonna rip on TG. The guy's super fly, but the point being is he feels as though he didn't get a good lap, and where does that put him if he did? Obviously, possibly up into first. What's really curious, Bryn Evans.
I was just about to say
currently in 21st, but in holding Sector 1 fastest. He's holding purple in Sector 1 right now.
Now, I know for him, Nürburgring isn't he's discussed this before, that Nürburgring isn't one of his favorite tracks. He kind of lacks a little bit of pace here, but that from what I've seen. But I mean, in Season 1, he did fine, right? I don't remember where he finished in Season 1. It was a couple weeks ago. But in that Enduro that we did, he was okay. So yeah, a little unusual to see him down 21st right now.
Down that low, but again, how are you holding purple in Sector 1 and you're ranked in your 21st? Like, I mean, is he struggling on those parts of the track? Does the McLaren struggle on those parts of the track? Obviously not. I mean, we see Tobias and the McLaren up in second, holding purple in Sector 2. But it just amazes me.
2 and 3 are their doozies. I think Sector 1 you can be a lot quicker. But it turns out that it's just he ran out of fuel. He didn't put enough fuel in the car. Yeah, got word from the paddock. Actually,
Bryn ran out of fuel. I see that.
Yeah. And
DJ saying too short a quali. Well, here's the thing, DJ. It's a qual race. To me, this is actually a good thing. And I know there's 26 drivers on track. I knew, I said it coming into qualification, it was going to be really difficult for everyone to get a good qualifying lap in. But I don't, for what we're trying to accomplish today, I don't particularly see that as a bad thing, right? Look, again, Brian Canopin drove in the SRO series as an esports driver. Him in third and going to have to play in traffic with Tobias Gable, with Steven, with Clueless, with Arts, that demonstrates that ability, right? It's not just about pure speed. So I think for what it is today, again, if we look down at Bryn, who held purple in Sector 1, but it qualified in 21st. He's gonna be fast, and he's gonna have to deal in traffic. And I think that's as important for us to see today, as the administrators, and trying to classify people and everything. I think that's really important to be able to see, right?
I love seeing Steven up in that 4th place in that McLaren, that 11 numbered car. That's awesome for him. Not a guy that you when you race with him, he's just very quietly. He's just quietly good. He doesn't do anything flashy. Doesn't do anything insane. But,
yeah.
Him and I had a bump at Barcelona. I was pretty mad at him about. But we got 8 seconds until we fire up. I'm excited. This is fun.
Fantastic. And remember, folks, this is all preparation for right here. Season 2, ACC Racing. We're starting in Suzuka on March 6th with an endurance race, 90 minutes.
We got prizes?
Prizes this season. Pro Class going to take home that next level racing FGT Light. Coach Dave Academy providing a full car setup for our Silver Class winner and a track bundle for our most improved driver as voted on by the other drivers this season. So if
I
you're one
have
of the
that,
other
I have
drivers,
that
make sure
chair,
you pay
too.
attention.
That's a nice little rig. Nice little rig for these guys if you're running on like.
You
a
still
desktop
have
or
that?
something like that. I do, yeah.
Are
yeah,
you
I
still looking to
have
get rid of it?
I am still looking to get rid of it. So
Okay,
I
we'll
was
talk.
wondering, I could throw it in as a prize, to be honest. And we're
We'll
off.
talk. We are off. We're gonna go 3 wide down into T1 with Arts, Gable, and Canopin. Tobias kicking in just a little bit, able to sneak himself around the outside, however. As we watch, we got a pile up in T1. Kumsky, Pixel, a bunch of yellow flags back there.
I think it's Comiskey.
Comiskey, is it?
Kumsky is a little.
Kumsky.
I think
Well,
Brun
I said
might
I
get
think
a little mad at us if we
he
keep
might.
saying
I said
Kumsky.
I think I said Comiskey earlier.
I hope it's Kamitsky.
I hope it's Comiskey. Yeah, I thought that's what I said earlier, but you know. So Art's running away right now up front with Tobias. Everybody lining up behind him. We are severely stacked up front, all the way back to P9.
This is gonna provide for some good action now. Yeah. I
Oh,
think,
absolutely. Christoph Arts
for Gemmel,
leading out.
He's got to find some aggressiveness to take on Arts. Otherwise, Arts is gonna fire away. And then of course he's got the pressure from Crow behind him.
Yeah, with Crow right there. Again, I mentioned it during the Xbox race yesterday. I mean, how hard is it to play offense and defense at the same time, right?
Hard.
Yeah, not easy at all. But again, this typical lap 1 shenanigans. We are stacked up here.
And Nürburgring T1 is it's not fun. It's so
brutal,
so tight and crammed. You got to make sure that you give everybody, and with a stacked grid like we have, it can be a little rough.
Chalice off track.
It's a scenic route. It's right,
Little
he's gonna
bit.
get back on clean though.
We watch the
Three
guys.
guys are just gonna duke it out, aren't they?
Well, again, so far Tobias setting the fastest lap over Arts, but first lap's never that accurate as that continues to bounce around between everyone. But he's keeping it tight, certainly not letting Arts just run away with it. As we come back through T1, Weiss now moving up and getting a push into T1 as Weiss drops back yellow flagged. He's trying to get out of the way. More trouble back here in T1.
Gotta remember that brake pedal. Ooh.
Silveris as well getting spun. Bunch of trouble.
T-Sar got bumped too by that blue and yellow Mercedes.
I think he was trying to get out of 488's way, and that's
Yeah.
why he pulled forward, because he saw him coming in hot.
Mm-hmm. And look, guys, and I know some of these drivers are sitting here getting frustrated, going, "Oh my God, I got pushed or I got bumped, and now I'm not going to qual as high, and so I'm going to be ranked this." Listen, it's not what this is about. This is about seeing how people react, and I can tell you personally, I don't involve myself in the PC League much. I don't know how these guys do things. I think that's Huff's purview, and Red going to be jumping in there with him. But the thing is how do people react, right?
No.
He did, and he's dropping quick.
That 11 McLaren took a little bit of a deja vu moment. Sorry to interrupt you, Molson.
Nope, you're good.
Right, though. It's just it's a matter of consistency, and it's a matter of, you take that mistake, you take the good with the bad, right? You take that mistake.
Well, and here's the thing. Something I would say up front, again, sorry to step on you there a little bit. Where do you, or how, what is your reaction to incidents like we've seen, right? Meaning, we got 27 drivers driving right now. How many are we going to have at the end of these 2 races? So if you're one of the ones that got pushed or got bumped and your reaction is to quit, that to me is a problem as well, right? Because, I mean, those things happen. As we watch TG just banging up the back end of Arts. If Arts thought he was going to get out clean at the start of this race, he was sorely mistaken, because, as you said, Blue, these front 3 are just going to duke it out this entire 20-minute race.
Yeah, I don't think... and Canapan.
Crow looking to swing it.
She's a hole.
Crow looking to swing it on the outside. We're going to go side by side. Here we go. Oh, and a push from TG. Oh, and Canapan sliding sideways.
Oh, no. Oh.
It looks like he was able to recover, though. Yep, able to recover to get back in there, but definitely some door banging right there. Let's go back real quick and see it. We'd have to go back and look at that really hard to see exactly what could have happened, but definitely some door slamming as Pickett now slides back in the grass in the Porsche. Luckily able to join cleanly.
Trying to hold him to the outside and just he turned in a little bit anyway.
Mm-hmm. So Art's now, with that incident, Art's by himself, 2-second gap, but Brian Canopin not content to let Tobias Gable run. Bryn Evans moving up now in 9th, but under pressure from Steven and Huff. Comiskey dropping quickly.
Matching liveries with TG.
I see that.
He had some damage on his car too, so that's probably slowing him down. But I mean, from 21st to kind of a mixed match quali session to 10th right now, not too shabby.
And
he's also switching from the M4 to the McLaren. So.
And tossing that McLaren over those curbs too. Not afraid to take them.
Bold.
Looks like Huff now looking to take on Steven. Going to get ahead in his Lexus.
And Steven just kind of went a little too wide on that that ultimate corner. So good job, nose down by Huff. I guess I do have to kind of kiss his butt a little bit. He does run the league, right? Great job, buddy. Good job. Yes, go.
You don't need to at all.
Number one.
See, Red, this is what you can expect when you start doing stuff, is everyone kissing your butt.
The opposite. Blue is going to be like, hey, you were supposed to take 10 kilograms out of my car.
Hey, the server's not set right. How come the server's not set right?
The
there you go.
Off by half a Celsius. Could you get on that?
We're back at it with Steven and Huff, though.
Oh,
Steven looking to take it back on the inside. Just that quick.
And the inside through these little corner sections here can be really powerful. So one guy's on the inside in one corner, and the guy's on the inside on the other. So it makes for some fun jostling.
Yep. And Huff getting squeezed to the inside just a tad as we come out. Gonna stay side by side.
One thing this battle is doing, though, is it's letting the next 4 cars behind him catch up. They were already racing together fairly well.
Butts and
reeling them in now. Well, not just that, but Rob's not that far behind them.
And Rob loves this track. Rob has told me Keysar in that 992 PAF Porsche, he really likes this track. He was practicing it throughout the week, and the Porsche is also just really good here.
Let's go back real quick. Brian Canopin able to jump up on TG up front. Let's hit the replay and check it. Both of them throwing their cars over those curbs.
No fear.
But Brian taking the inside, heading back down to the start-finish straight.
And Gebel's got to appreciate and got to respect the inside line there from Canopin. That's a good move. That's some fun driving to watch for sure.
Bryn Evans now side by side with Wangle Snatcher. I love his name, and the dude is just. You would think with someone like with that name, I don't care. I know it's probably not his real name. That's okay. But my point being is, you would think with someone with that name is going to be loud and boisterous. This cat just shows up and drives. Right? Very consistent. Again, as I said, enjoyed watching him in a previous league. Has done very well, and now takes position back from Bryn Evans. Bryn right there, though, and both of them stacked up on Pickett in the Porsche. I gotta say, Arts. Go ahead. Sorry.
The green, the edit on Rob's livery, like that green Pfaff Porsche. It looks pretty nice. I think Rob and him should probably team up, so they can match.
Well, going wide, Clueless able to take position, move himself up into 4th. As again, we look back here to Otten's, Pickett, Wangle Snatcher, and Bryn Evans all running close. Pickett a little bit back from from Otten's, not able to close the gap yet, but having to play defense against Wangle Snatcher.
And if
Zap now off into the Toolies.
If Pickett can battle or screw up, that's going to give a shot for it's behind them.
Wangle Snatcher and Evans.
Yeah, Wangle Snatcher. If Ottens and Pickett kind of mess up or battle it out, that gives a shot for Wangle Snatcher and Bryn to make a move. So I am a little delayed because I'm watching on Twitch. I'm not spectating in the game. So.
Oh well.
We can fix that.
I can try. I can try and fix that. Hold on.
So much luxury being a guest.
Oh, you're doing
being a driver,
Try that.
guest.
Try that in Discord, Blue. See how that works for you. It'll be fine. So taking a quick look though, let's just look up front again. Art's now between, with the battle with Canopin and Gable, Art's able to pull out ahead to about 2 seconds, but that gap has not widened since. Brian Canopin now 2 seconds back after getting around Gable, able to stretch that lead to a little over 1 second. So obviously, Arts and Canopin holding the same pace. Even TG now only 1 second back from Canopin. I've been watching the times and not really seen that change a whole lot. So it looks like all these guys are on pace, all doing very well if they can maintain that consistency. But right here is where the battle is for the rest of this race. Just under 9 minutes left to go. Pickett, Clueless now sitting sideways with a lot of damage. What happened there? Did he do it to himself? Let's take a look back real quick. He did. Hits the sand, catches curb, and off into the wall. Luckily, locking those brakes and letting everybody by, though, as Pickett leads the group of Wangle Snatcher and Bryn Evans.
It wouldn't be a box 3 race if Clueless didn't find the sand, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The poor guy. I mean, race if he didn't. You could not have worse luck than that. I mean,
is it luck at this point for Clueless? Or do you think at some point, like, he just hits the half point of a race and says, "Okay, I'm gonna toss it now"?
If he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all.
Wouldn't have any luck at all. Got another battle back here with Steven and Huff again. We also have Butts and Keesar going at it.
Keesar is a big Butts guy.
Is he? Excellent. Well,
yeah,
Keesar is looking to push that Porsche down the inside.
Let's see if he can challenge that Lambo. And he does.
He does right through T1. Keesar taking that position. Steven Huff trading positions again.
Huff goes a little wide. That's going to be a mistake, but he's got the inside. Now Steven's got the inside.
Even grabbing it up, coming out. Ottens and Pickett switching position as well as this group of 4, and then switching right back, but Pickett continuing to lead. Wangle Snatcher and Evans. Huff and TG just Huff and Steven, because he's got that TG in the front of his name, so it's the first thing I look at. Huff and Steven trading back and forth. The arrows continually go back.
Coming to make it a little 3-way here.
He is. Wangle Snatcher now. These cars stacked as if they are bumper to bumper. Wangle Snatcher up into 6th, but Pickett and Evans right there looking to capitalize.
I think Evans going to... Oh, I thought Evans was going to definitely try and move.
Thought he was going to look to shoot that gap right there.
And kudos to Pickett, because Bryn can be hyper aggressive. We've seen him in the M4 previously, and he can just toss it in there. So
Soul is throwing his hat into the try to pass Huffman ring here.
Soul is caught up now? Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Too many battles to watch. Butts and Dolshan now further back. We'll keep an eye on that one as well.
And for Huff right now, it's just got to be exits, and that's not something that the Lexus is really good at, but he maximizes that car. I gotta say,
for someone, I mean, he really took season 1 off, right, and wanted to build the league and just sit back, and really, I think he only ran, 1 or 2 races, 1 at the beginning and maybe 1 at the end.
Yeah.
So now to see him come back and still able to maintain, running in 9th right now, able to play that defense, he obviously hasn't lost his edge when it comes to driving, and now
commentators curse. Commentators curse.
I cursed him as Steven gets, but he's gonna hold the inside into the next one. Steven now goes wide and dropping back, almost opening the door for Soul to take over.
It was all rigged to let Soul catch up.
Oh no! Oh man!
Well, this is an F1 red. We don't rig race finishes.
I pulled a red right there. I did. Oh.
Yeah.
Now the battle right now between Steven and Soul. Soul getting advantage and getting ahead of Steven.
That was way too easy.
Around the inside.
A little bit better defense than that.
We're going to have to jump up front here soon because Brian Canopin has closed the gap to under 1 second up to Arts. Now down to 0.7. Keeping an eye up there as we jump back up. Wangle Snatcher leads Pickett and Evans. Mary Chase. Ottens has got to be happy that Wangle Snatcher's having to play defense right now because he's able to maintain that gap at just around 1 second. Not really letting Wangle Snatcher catch up because he's got to keep Pickett and Evans at bay.
Yeah, for Ottens, it's got to be, he's got to maintain forward. Like, his eyes cannot look in his rearview mirror because you've got those 3 guys that are really, really close. And he knows that if he makes any sort of mistake, he's getting passed probably 2-3 times. So
yeah,
for Ottens,
100%.
it's tunnel vision forward for him. And I'm liking his race right now.
He can worry about behind him once that happens. But let's jump up front now because it has closed up. Arts, Christoph Arts leading Brian Canopin now by just 0.4 of a second. Brian showing that esports pace, closing in on our race leader and pole sitter at the beginning of today's first race at the Nürburgring.
This is gonna be kind of fun. Two German manufacturers going at it. And
oh no, we had some damage. Let's jump back real quick. Sorry.
No.
DJ, and it looks like Pixel. If I caught it, I might not have caught it. Nope. DJ slides. Pixel pushing him then off track right there. Obviously not good, but DJ initiating the slide on at least that happened on his own, right? It wasn't an incident prior. Just unable to hold that control enough for the other driver to get through.
Now we have no stewarding or incidents for the quality series, correct?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Coelho now dropping back hard. Otten's moving himself up into 4th. Wangle Snatcher and Pickett both getting around. Again, Renato dropping back very hard into 7th. I actually like these shorter races and so many drivers. I mean, there's some of these races that when covering them, you almost get bored, right? Because I'm sitting here like, nobody's near each other. All right, I'm going for a cigarette. But everybody's close today. There's no opportunity here to take a step back or to look. I mean, these guys are just racing hard. Great qualifying. Again, Brian Canopin just looking to tuck it right up under Arts.
So of course, do we think Crow or Canopin? We think he's a pro driver. He might be a silver, to be totally honest.
I will tell you this:
be.
for the race, he's currently holding fastest lap at a 1:55.6. Art's fastest lap is a 1:56.1. So a half a second difference. So this is really just Brian waiting for his opportunity, right? Wangle Snatcher now on the back end of Ottens.
Thought there was a little bit of contact there.
Ottens, Wangle Snatcher dropping back hard, went way wide. Drop it back real fast. He goes along the outside.
Yeah,
and does, we got contact.
Ooh.
Wangle Snatcher off into the dirt. Real bad.
A lot of contact.
Hey, can we contact Greeny for that one? That was
right?
a little rough.
So here we go. Arts and Canopin on the final lap, 0.2 of a second separating them. Brian looking for the opportunity.
Brian giving some flashes. Getting a little antsy, I think. Arts is
looking to distract. Arts playing great defense.
Yeah. Right now he's made that thing as wide as possible.
Brian looking for any cut he can make. It's going to come down to the wire.
Throwing in the fake moves.
Yeah. Trying to see if he can just break Arts, but I don't think it's. To be totally honest, I don't think it's going to happen. And kudos to Arts for holding off.
Holding on.
Esports legend Brian Canopin.
Closes off the inside. Now through the chicane. Who's going to push it too hard? Brian Canopin coming up alongside.
Here we go.
Art's able to take it, but no,
inside.
we're going to go side by side right to the end. Brian Canopin currently holding first as we trade some door paint.
Wow, by a nose.
Oh, and Arts takes it back.
Wow.
We got
this
one
is
more lap to
going
go, boys.
Yeah, one
Oh,
more
they
lap.
do.
This is gonna
Oh,
be fun.
shit. They said they were on the final lap. What a bunch of bullshit.
Language.
Fast.
So fast. We're gonna follow
Dunn's
this
gonna
one
mute
side by side. Brian Kennepin now able to take advantage around the outside.
Wow.
Gets the pass.
Final lap.
Unbelievable.
That
Final
would have
lap
been a heck
pass.
of a final lap had it been 30 seconds sooner, but no, they had one more to go.
Otten's now yellow flagged. Let's jump back real quick as Kennepin takes control.
That would be two. That'd be
Otten's
two
taking down
bumps.
Pickett. Pushed and bumped
Oh.
between them and gets spun in T1. What a shame for Otten's looking like he's sitting in 6th right now. We jump back up. Art's not willing to give up quite yet.
He's gonna definitely have to be a little aggressive, and kudos to TG sitting in 3rd. That looks like that's gonna be your. This looks like your podium right now. But the battle for 1st is fun for sure. It's pulling away though. Let's see.
Why is Chief yelling in the chat?
I don't know. I don't know what he's
He
yelling
knows
at.
how to get to this channel. Like, he could absolutely join. He wasn't here at the beginning. I don't know why he thinks we've replaced him. We haven't. Blue was available.
I'm a
Chief wasn't
guest.
here.
I'm a guest analyst today.
Blue races, so he can't be in here all the time.
Yeah, I'm a guest analyst. Gotta get that driver's point of view, you know?
There you go. See?
Quote unquote driver. But
Oh, and Brian Kennepin
a
sliding
little bit of a
both of these
cut.
guys. Oh, and Brian
No
slides
way.
hard. Pushing just a little too much. Almost took the
No
pit lane.
way.
Art's able to take it back. Now,
wow.
Tobias Gable right there. Did Brian
Oh,
lose
man.
enough? No, he didn't. Brian Kennepin holds on for that P2. Tobias
Wow.
Gable right there alongside. Wow. Let's jump back to that real quick as we watch these guys come up. Through the chicane. Brian Kennepin pushing hard to the inside and just catches
he
too
caught-
much curb.
Yep, he took a little bit bigger bite than he thought.
And almost dropped himself to P3. Just able to keep ahead of Tobias Gable there at the end.
He almost finished in pit
Unbelievable.
lane. Actually, that would have been something else. Great race by those
Wow,
three. There's your podium.
excellent race. There is your podium. Let's bring our times up. Christoph Arts holds on to win. Brian Kennepin in 2nd. Tobias Gable in 3rd. Pickett.
Evans gets a drive-through at the end.
Oh, that's going to hurt him. But that's not what we're looking at today. Excellent racing all around from these guys. What a fantastic first race. Just great driving from everybody today so far. And that's just the first one. We're coming back for one more after this.
Yeah, did we have we spun the wheel for track
Not
2?
yet. We're going to do that in just a minute here.
Oh boy.
My wife has joined us here behind the bar making a drink. She doesn't wish to be on camera, so we're just going to wait a minute till she's done. And we're going to spin that race number 2. Excellent racing, though, from these guys today. This was fantastic. I mean, this goes back to yesterday's Xbox race for P2. A lot of toss. And I mean, you can see it there. Brian Kennepin holding purple at again, that 155.6. Arts' fastest lap at a 156.1. So a half a second off pace. But still able to hold on to take the pole in race 1. One more race coming up. We're going to go ahead and leave the server.
Did anyone save the replay?
I think mine automatically dumps. So
Cool.
I can check it after, and I don't know if it's possible to upload that or not, but I should have it. That was a
Replay
really great
currently,
race.
We got it.
No
Well, I
doubt
was
Huff
curious
is sitting in the
too.
back, saving everything.
Yeah. I was just curious as to so that way we can get the admin team can see everybody's race, see how they do. How many
Oh.
drivers were on the grid?
27 we had.
Wow.
Sorry, we finished with 25, although that they could have left. All right, let's kick it over here. I'm sure Huff and the drivers are anxiously awaiting. While I get rid of all kinds of stuff to see on that screen. There we go. So the choices now, we took Nerb off the list, right? No more Nerb. we've got a choice between Monza, Spa, Imola, and Silverstone for race 2. Let's spin it up right now. What are we going to do? Where are we going? Where are we going? Uh-oh, it's a Monza race. Everybody pissed in my ear about Monza.
Of course it is.
It's a Monza race.
We are getting Monza. We are going to take about a 5-minute break. Absolutely.
The Chef Boyardee GP.
I do want to remind everyone, PC ACC Seasons 2 comes back on March 6th. Pro Class Champion with a Next Level Racing FGT Light. Blue, you and I are going to talk after this race. I might have a home for my play seat check. I would love another. I don't necessarily want to change, but at the same time, I might like to change because
see, you said that
I can use something different.
That last time.
No, I said if I could get rid of, yeah, but the guy actually reached out to me this time and has said, hey, you know, my kid really likes it, and so I'm gonna look for a seat for him. So now I got to message you back and say, okay, well, I got one. Tell me, you know, but we'll see if that happens.
Don't blue ball me here. Don't blue ball me.
I know.
He's gonna get rid of his seat right as his wheel comes.
Just as my wheel. No, I won't ship to blue until, or I won't ship to my guy until I get blues.
Hopefully, blue doesn't ship like I do.
Well, hopefully not.
Ooh.
Guys, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Race minus T1, Huff says he's not wrong. Folks, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'm also going to drop out of this VC so that the music stays on because Spotify will quit if I stay in it. But we'll be back in just a few moments for race 2 of our qualification series today at Monza. If you thought the Nürburgring T1 was brutal, get ready because now we're going to Monza. Everybody set your watches. We are going to Monza. We will be back in just a few minutes. And Red and Blue, I will join this channel back as soon as I'm back in the seat.
Another money mind. Oh, you wanna rob me?
Go pre-race. Welcome back, folks. We're back again. Red and blue still here hanging out with me. Again, if you thought for a minute Nürburgring T1 was crazy, we're heading to Monza for race 2. And maybe we're not.
It hasn't set up yet, I don't think.
I think it was, but people were in, not everybody was in, so Huff bounced
Oh,
it
okay.
quick.
I literally looked 60 seconds ago and it wasn't there. So.
Yeah, I think he threw it again real quick, so we'll see if it comes
Now,
back.
I may have to, as the driving analysis, I may have to leave
Why?
partway. Not right now. Not right
Why?
now, not right now.
Why?
Easy. I may have to leave partway through the race. I'm gonna go play frozen water sports this evening.
Oh my god.
Why?
Hockey ball?
Hockey ball. Yep. Sport puck.
I'm gonna play sport puck, huh? Oh, I'm gonna have to bounce my game again.
No, mine isn't working yet either, man.
No, it's for whatever reason it just dunks itself out whenever it wants to and won't search the servers properly. ACC. The ACC.
Clean, please, Jesus Christ.
They're not wrong.
Clean one, please, Jesus Christ. Pray all you want, Huff. Pray all you want. Probably not gonna happen.
That's the scary part is, and I'd love to race with y'all, and I might be able to here soon. Actually, now that I think about it. Why are you pinging 1,300 servers? There are not 1,300 box servers.
It's not working right at the moment. Most of mine's not working right either.
Okay, we'll wait till you guys just get to entertain everybody with me. This is a great. You know what? Honestly, I mean, other than the T1 shenanigans, that first race was fantastic, right up until the end.
Yeah, and I was looking at one of the drivers, Josh Rivas. He's streaming it, and they're going back and forth on it, and it was it was pretty bad. I've scoured many a public lobby, and I've been punted many a time in T1 in a public lobby, but that one was special. That was pretty bad.
Well, you know, guys get nervous, they get jumpy. I get it. Also, I don't wonder at some point how serious is today taken, right? It is a qual race. It should be taken seriously. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. What I'm saying is, you know, some of the guys are nervous. They jump in. It's their first time driving with us. Things are going to happen, right? I don't think we should judge anybody on T1. The rest of that race was very clean. We saw some great re-entries of people that had gone off track. That was really yesterday. I mean, never mind the battle we had towards the end of the Xbox race, but really, I thought it was fantastic yesterday what we saw from drivers. I mean, these guys had to drive Brands Hatch in the rain for an hour. And at the end of the day, some of them, you know, of course, go off track. They spin off into the dirt. It was really their re-entry that was just really good. Like, they sat and waited till 4, 5, 6 cars went by, not looking to jam themselves out into traffic. And I think that's really what makes this more fun for everybody. Yes, it sucks. You're dropping 6 positions, but you didn't bash into somebody because you tried to get out on track quicker than anyone else. Right?
Yeah, using the brain, the big brain moves.
Yeah, exactly. It's
hearing
100%.
Monza or hearing Brands Hatch in the rain for an hour. Oh man,
I think they were very upset. But again, Xbox side
cliff.
Well, Xbox side, we're trying to go in real life weather for that day. So a 9-degree track temp, or I'm sorry, a 9-degree ambient temp Celsius. And in the UK yesterday, it was pouring. So guess what?
Yeah, they just had a cyclone.
They got rain.
Through.
You know, what do you want me to tell you? Now, Paul Ricard coming up this Saturday. And it looks like it's going to be dry. So that's a good thing for them.
I hope you have like a weather.com like premium subscription where you can see like ambient air temperature and like air pressure.
Oh, you don't need
air quality.
You don't need all that. Look, this is what I do. I'm gonna show you right now. Look, we'll show everybody. This is exactly what I do for the Xbox race. So I come right over here. It is weather.com, right? I refresh it. So this is in France. This is for Paul Ricard for this Saturday. So Saturday, mostly sunny, 14 degrees, and a 19% chance of rain. So I will use the settings provided by ACC to try and set that as close as possible. The part that everybody gets crazy over is they're like, well, it's only a 20% chance of rain. Yeah, until it rains, and then it's a 100% chance of rain. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're like, I thought it was only 20%. Yeah, until it started raining.
It's not 20% of the rain. It's a 20% chance that it might rain, and if it does rain, it will be completely wet.
Exactly.
Of Mean Girls, where the girl's like, there's a 60% chance it's already raining. Yeah.
But at 19%, I'm willing to bet that there will not be any rain.
You heard it here first, folks. A dry Xbox race for Box 3.
I said I'm willing to bet. I didn't say that there would be zero. As we prep up.
Someone clip it. Clip it.
58 seconds left in our free practice before we run into 10-minute qualifying and another 20-minute race, this time at Monza. Speaking of Xbox, don't forget, we're coming back. Paul Ricard, February 26th. It's an endurance race, 2 hours. 2 mandatory pit stops at Paul Ricard, followed up by Zandvoort at the beginning of March in sprint race. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Listen, if you're watching right now and you are not a league racer, you feel as though, you know what, I saw T1 at Nürburgring and I don't know that I want to race this because I'll feel bad that I baffed somebody, or maybe somebody will baff me and I'll get upset. Listen, we got you covered over at Box 3 Motorsports. Casual Euro trip racing starting March 7th, Monday night, 8 p.m. UTC. It should be around 3 p.m. Eastern. Starting off with Donington. Again, very quick, 15-minute quals, 30-minute races. Just really going to be fast races for people to spend some time together, hang out, get to know the league. Again, if it's one of those things that you don't feel like you're ready for league racing, we have you covered over there as well. And talking to Huff, as we take a look at the schedule for PC Season 2 starting on March 6th, there is an endurance series coming to Box 3 as well. When we talk endurance races, we're talking endurance races, 4, 6, 8, 10-hour races that will be sprinkled in about one a month throughout Season 2. So be sure to tune in for those. We'll be covering them right here, Box 3 Motorsports.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. Those the couple endurance races that we've done so far have been a blast. Mount Panorama and Suzuka, or not Suzuka, excuse me, Silverstone.
The Silverstone race was so much fun.
Silverstone was an absolute blast. Although both of my teammates, it was quite funny, both my teammates, Anthony Anderson, who's not in here, and James Bising, they're also not in here, but they both stayed up like to the wee hours of the morning. They didn't sleep, and I think we started at like 10 a.m. And I was like fresh, primed, ready to go at 10 a.m. I slept, right, like a normal human. And I was like, hey guys, how's it going? You guys are up early? And they're like, no, we didn't sleep. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And my teammates, both of them passed out on their desks as soon as the race ended. Hilarious. So funny. Just
Hipster.
Passing out in front of computer screens, it'll get you.
I don't know anybody who would ever fall asleep while talking to other people online, Red. I don't think that ever happens. So just before Red can throw it out there, yes, I was on a Discord chat with Red and Chief last night. I think Bubs had already left us. I don't know if Dunn was still there or not. And I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. And I paused the game and I fell asleep while on mic with those guys. That was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you did. You said I'm feeling awfully tired, but I don't want to go to bed. And I waited like 15 seconds and to ask you a question, no response. And then like 45 seconds later, I just hear snoring.
Yeah, the snooze cruise comes out.
Oh yeah, it was on like Donkey Kong. I was tuckered. That'll do that to you. As we watch Clueless just blasts through the runoff at T1 on his first lap of qualifying, so that'll get curious very quickly. We'll see here. We are at Monza.
Yeah, and the big thing with Monza, with this track, is it's all about just getting good, clean corners. Ironically, right? Of course, you have T1, T2, which are nightmare fuel for any sim driver. But to be totally honest, you get a nice, good, clean exit out of these corners, and you can fly through this track. And it's a fun track. I really like it. It's my most raced track, just because I'm a sweaty pub crawler. But it's a ton of fun. It's a popular track amongst people. So, except for Canapan. Ryan Canapan does not like it.
I do like Monza. I don't mind Monza. The two corners. Let me bring up the track map real quick. The two slower corners at the far end. Those two bug me a little bit. I just never feel like I can hit them correctly. The chicanes are never a problem.
Correctly.
Yeah, there goes Canapan off into the Toolies. No times yet recorded for our qualification session today as he dumps back to the pits very quickly. Tobias Gable out, and is that a different livery?
Yep.
He picked a different livery. Like, who does this?
A man that is very, very style oriented.
He posted them both yesterday.
I know. I grabbed them both, and apparently they're there, and it's.
I wanted to make a James Bond's girlfriend reference, but I didn't because it says Esper on the side.
Over my head.
Yeah.
You're young.
That's why I didn't mention it. I figured it would be over most people's heads.
Kipster says this is great for
overtaking. What part?
The straights. The two straights are awesome. You can get some seriously fun battles through the straights, and then through De La Raja and Ascari too. So De La Raja is the second chicane complex that you come to. That's a lot of fun. And then Ascari is the far side just before the straight. And it was those are fun corners for some battles, and they can lead to some heavy bonks, but they're a lot of fun. Also,
I'm
got told to
I'm
shut
guessing
up
you
in
have
chat.
to be good at it. I'm usually the one getting passed.
I never said I would. Yeah, no, I'm 100% on being. It's a cool car going right past me. That's sweet. Yeah, no,
Look at
it's
that battle we
so
could
fun.
have. I was 2 seconds faster.
Exactly. I mean, Ascari. No, what I mean by that, Kipster, is like Ascari. You're not overtaking an Ascari, although everybody in every single line pub decides to take me at Ascari. It's ballsy, but I'm saying that the straightaway after Ascari is a fun. That's what I meant by that. Sorry, not Ascari itself. Ascari is Ascari corner for sure.
Yeah, no, swing and miss.
Yeah, that was a bad pun.
Our first times coming in. Clueless Geezer currently leading with purple.
Still thinks he's rubbish.
At a 149.8, but did he set that lap because he blew through the runoff at T1?
Yeah.
It wouldn't count it if he did. So.
I know.
There's
I know, but it's fun to make fun of him for. But
True.
Bryn Evans quickly steps up with a 149.4, jumping to the top of the pack. Bryn. There's a slower driver looking to set a faster lap.
You can overtake into every corner. Well, you can. It just may not be what the other drivers would consider good racecraft. You may have a few,
knowing Piner
turned in and reversed if you do that.
Knowing Piner, he's ballsy dude. So that's a Vita one, Sean. Good old Piner, Porsche Piner. Big fan of his work.
But listen, here's what's going to happen. We're going to wait and see how this goes. If T1 is, again, just a complete show, as I said earlier in the Discord today, we'll turn it into a spec league. You will be able to drive the Audi R8 only. Pit road map. So you're relegated to map 8 of the engine. and we will only drive Monza until everyone figures it out.
I'm betting if this turn 1 is like the last race's turn 1, we will get a second attempt at turn 1.
Think
That
so?
would be my guess.
Think
Yeah.
Huff's going to be watching that close and going to handle it?
I mean, if I could remember how to do it, I would be watching it right now. But I don't remember the commands. So
Yeah, same here.
once again, one of those things I'm going to have to brush up on.
So Adviata in the chat says, I wouldn't overtake into every corner in an open lobby, but in a league race where there's competent drivers, you can race hard everywhere.
Oh, he
don't-
thinks
Key
it's
term, competent driver.
I don't know about that though, because it doesn't matter. I mean, again, I don't know. It's so hard to say. Can you say, yeah, you can overtake in T1 at Monza? Sure, you can. Should you? Well, I think it depends on the situations of that lap, right?
It depends on if you want to run the risk of being on the highlight on the specific channel in our Discord.
Right.
Where people tend to go to say, hey, what did you do that for, idiot?
Right. So again, as we continue,
you won't be guaranteed to, but there's a chance, and is that chance worth it?
100%. So Bryn Evans, though, yeah. Bryn Evans currently leading with a 149.2. However, Arts was able to hold on. Just barely last race. Up 0.3 on his fastest lap, and that should put him ahead of Evans if he's able to continue to maintain that time.
I honestly think without that mistake from Canapan from Crow.
Oh, he would have held that race.
That's a Crow win. But
yeah.
And now you go into a track where Canapan isn't as strong. He's still wicked quick, faster than me. Faster than I will ever be.
Mm-hmm.
But still really fast, but not a confident track for him. I think that's kind of a bummer for Brian.
But Arts then does, as I said, takes pole position as of now with 2 minutes left to go in qualifying with a 148.9, our only 148 during this qualifying session so far.
Nice pole, Arts.
Bryn Evans not able to close that up. Clueless Geezer still sitting in third. Brian Canapan, I apologize. Tobias Gable now jumping into fourth with 149.6. Brian Canapan sitting in fifth.
Oh, taking some speed bump past corners there. And hats off to Clueless. That P3 is pretty awesome for him, especially since he clipped the curb and spun out at Nürburgring. So,
and we'll have to see if he's able to maintain an entire race this time. As I said, I think with Clueless, a lot of times it becomes, race is half over, time to find a wall. I love him. I think he's fantastic, but sometimes I wonder about the boy.
I think one of the
He's got a rep to protect.
He does. I can't start winning here. What is this?
Yeah,
sorry, what were you saying?
Sandbag. No, I think at Nürburgring, the stewards along the wall there was talking trash to him before the race, and that's why he decided to give him a good old
Could
scare,
very well
sending the
be.
BMW in there.
Again, some of our faster drivers though. Tobias Gable sitting in fourth right now. Brian Canapan in fifth. Ottens gets himself up into seventh here at Monza. Well, and Zapp struggling at the Nürburgring, but now sitting in eighth in his Porsche.
Monza is his bread and butter, dude. Give him 2 more minutes, and he's in probably P1, P2, or P3.
I need Huff to kick him from the server though. He's got that Canadian flag on top of his car. That just needs to go. Jump in.
The pride of Toronto, USA.
Right there. And look at him. He's holding purple in Sector 1 with a 35.1. Qualifying in 8th so far.
And he's in an older car too. He's actually in the older Porsche GT3, and he was telling me down in the paddock, of course, being a driver, and he was telling me that he tried the new Porsche, the 2019 or the GTR S2 or whatever it's called, and he enjoyed it, but there's nothing quite like the older one, and bobs himself up into 5th place. So
Absolutely, yeah, up into 5th. Speaking of which, though, and changes, Wangle Snatcher up into 2nd now, pushing Bryn Evans to 3rd, Clueless to 4th. Zap jumping up into 5th. Brian Canopin getting ahead as well in the Mercedes AMG into 6th, while Tobias Gable gets pushed down to 7th in the McLaren with Ottens right there. He's going to share row 4 at the end of today's qualifying session. And still changes still happening. Clueless jumping back into 3rd here at the end of qualification today. This is why you got to keep watching right till the end.
Clueless put his tryhard pants on.
Well, we'll see. Again,
trashed him in the Discord, and he decided to.
He got upset with you
really quick. Yeah, no, he was.
That's what happens.
Hey, but T1's going to be the important one, and I wouldn't suspect that our front row. I think 1 through 5, 1 through 6 is going to be okay.
It's further back, yeah.
It's going to be, yeah. And not to say that Gebel and Ottens aren't going to bump each other, but I think they might bump each other.
A lot of pushing, and it isn't only a 20-minute race, and I get that these guys want to push hard into T1 because of it being only a 20-minute race. But again, it's not just about how fast you are today. This is a qualifying race. It's about how clean you drive. Do you stick with it? Things of that nature. I think that's very important and plays into all of this. And I'm hoping our stewards, yeah. Breaking his gas, yeah. These guys talking smack to each other as we get ready to race today. So again, K Arts, Christoph Arts, Wangle Snatcher going to share row 1. Clueless and Bryn Evans going to share row 2. Zap getting himself again struggling at the Nürburgring, but now getting himself up in the 5th. Going to share row 3 with Brian Canopin. Tobias Gable, Remco Ottens in row 4. Uff and Steven in row 5. Oho, Weiss in row 6. Joel and Pixel, row 7. Isar and Butts in row 8. Chalice and Pickett, row 9. Minsky, DJ going to share row 10. Galvin and Severus, row 11. Kinney, Yenica, row 12. Sonic T. Hedgehog, Butler are going to share row 13 with Givens sitting in the Bentley all the way in the back. Although I got to say, is that our only Bentley? It is. That's the only Bentley we have is Givens. Givens not setting a qualifying time. Obviously going to start from the back. No, one Bentley, no Audis. These guys really like the McLaren this season, I think. I'm seeing a lot of McLarens on this list. A lot of McLarens on this list.
Yeah, we have to give a ballast to one car every season, so look out.
Yeah, whatever the most popular car is.
We just give it to that one? That's fine.
Yeah, that's it. But it's going to do it for me. I have to go do some racing stuff and get my Ferrari set up for season 2. So.
Oh my goodness, you're going
to. Go smack your pucks. We know what you're doing.
What was that?
Go smack your pucks. We know what you're doing.
Yep.
Smack pucks.
Well, thank you, Blue, for being here, man.
Of course, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Go grab Anderson. He'll be much more insightful. He's faster than me.
Nobody's faster than you, Blue. We get ready for race start here today. Arts and Wangle Snatcher starting this one off a little bit different what we saw in race 1. Different drivers. Art's very strong though across both of these circuits, Nürburgring and Monza, qualifying pole in both and doing very well in the first race at Nürburgring. 20 minutes is what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Just you and me now, Red.
Yeah.
Are we doing a short start lap?
It appears so, yes.
Looks like we're doing a short lap. Or a short lap. We're going green. Clueless quickly cutting to the inside. Brian Canopin, though, moving up alongside as we come down into T1 at Monza, folks. It is always fun to
we're
see.
3 wide mid-pack. 3 wide
Yes, we
mid-pack.
are. And the bumps are happening.
There goes Kaiser. He's just bypassing. Screw it. I don't blame him. That was a bump off into the Julius.
And into the track, though, and now having to sit and wait for traffic.
Kumsky. Now I'm doing it.
Comiskey
gets spun.
Daniel Pickett having to sit and wait.
Oh my goodness. So many.
Chalice as well.
I wish I knew how to reset it, because I would. That was bad.
Brian Canopin off into the second chicane now. Art's holding on to the lead, but Wangle Snatcher and Bryn Evans are going to go side by side. Wangle Snatcher able to pull out. Not a good T1 today at Monza. Like, at what point do you just commit and make the decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna take the runoff?
I don't know. Rob did it, and I don't blame him. He got bumped into the wall, and there was more coming, and he just floored it and went by. Like,
no
that was
kidding. Wangle Snatcher goes wide, given the option to Bryn Evans as he jumps up into P2, but Wangle Snatcher going to hold the inside possibly into Parabolica. These guys get very close. Can Wangle Snatcher keep the speed on exit? Doesn't look like it, though. Bryn Evans jumping up into second now, but again, Wangle Snatcher going to hold the inside coming into T1. See Brian Canopin there behind him. Clueless. Zap off now. We've got multiple drivers yellow flagged into T1 again. Zap and Weiss. Zap has to sit and wait. Bryn Evans able to hold on to P2 ahead of Humphrey Wangle Snatcher coming through there. We are stacked close in lap 2. So close pack, but things now settling down a little bit after those first 2 laps. We continue through lap 2. Kevin Huffman, Keese are both now off the track. Huff dropping back to the pits. Arts continues to lead our race today. Bryn Evans very close behind, however. Sol and Coelho off track. As we have another massive accidents back here. Galvin as well. Driver struggling. Tobias Gable able to get... Oh, and the race just reset. That just happened. Well, you heard Red say it. He wanted to do it. I think Huff was involved in some incidents and decided, you know what? We're not doing this. Guys, we got to keep it clean. Again, we said today, qualification race. You're not driving for points. We really need to try and keep it clean throughout this race, okay? And that includes T1 a month. Huff decided that enough was enough. Was that you or was that Huff?
That was Huff. We talked it over, and I wasn't watching it.
Gotcha. We're watching another battle happen, and all of a sudden, everybody's on the start-finish line.
20 seconds.
For the short formation lap. But I've said it before on this stream, and I'll say it again. It's about respect. It's about clean racing. It's about community first, racing hard second at Box 3 Motorsports. Okay? Incidents do happen. I'm not, even with the restart, I'm not expecting to get out of T1 with 0 incidents. That's not what the expect. Real life GT3 racing, we see incidents in certain places on certain tracks, right? Eau Rouge at Spa. P1 at Monza. These things happen. However, we should do our best. And by lap 2, we really shouldn't be having pile-ups and people sliding off track.
Oh,
Happens, but we really shouldn't be having pile-ups.
That was kind of over the top. So
it was. That was a little.
And no, you're not gonna get all clean all the way through. Somebody's gonna make a mistake, but that was bad.
Come back down. We're ready for another green flag. Let's do it again here at Monza today. You know, I do red with, I mean, this would require keeping all the drivers that would go side by side up front. Arts and Wangle Snatcher. We've got Clueless and Evans right next door to each other. Gonna run door to door. Gannapin looking for a break into T1 as everybody brings it down. We've still got some bumps in the back.
Yeah, hold your brakes, boys. Hold your brakes.
Oh, and it has gotten bad through T1 again.
Oh my God.
Let it go. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Let it go. And here's why. Here's why. I think it's important that the drivers learn to stay on track. Meaning don't quit because you got baffed in T1. Right? Let's see the attitude behind it as well. If you have a shit
really
start,
quit this one anyway. If you do, you're going to end up either the class you were in, or if you're a new driver, you're going to be on your own because you're not going to put in a.
Tobias Gable making a quick pass. Let's come back real quick as we watch. Tobias coming out of that chicane just has the speed on Zap Brannigan. Able to get him on the inside very quickly. Passing Zap up. Excellent move on Tobias's part. Clueless Geezer now running out ahead. Tobias in 4th, Zap in 5th.
T Hedgehog with a questionable rejoin back in 19th.
Brian Canopin now into the pits for this race as Coelho goes off track again.
Yeah, he got hammered pretty good in turn.
He did. He did. Bryn Evans continuing to work his way forward. Getting ahead of Weiss now.
We got a battle at 19, 18, and 20, I think. Jay Butler, or Jay Butler, Gavin, and somebody.
Lots of cars. We're going 4 wide, 3 wide through Parabolica now. This is going to be brutal coming back into T1. We've got 4 cars as Galvin dives into the pits. Butler leading the pack. 2 by 2 into T1 at Monza. This is where the action is, though.
2 by 2 on lap 2.
And
oh,
we got
that
pushed.
was on him. That was on him, though.
Turned in very hard.
Yeah, Chalice was there. There was nowhere for him to go.
Yeah.
He was on the curb.
Tobias Gable, though, making moves already up into 4th, now applying pressure to Clueless. Life in the chat saying this never happens on Xbox.
I'm going to call BS on that.
I recall Red pulling server restarts more than once.
Yeah. The winner of that lap 2 turn 1 was Rob. He went from a 4-car battle for 18th to pulling out a 4-second lead.
Yep, he's good for a while.
Or 3-second lead.
Ottens and Kinney now battling. Otten's getting the nudge on him, but has the outside coming down the straight. Able to pull it out just in time, though, and secure that position.
Kipster, I appreciate that, but we all know that's an exaggeration. It happened, and I was never in charge of anything. So...
David Zoll now leading Steven. Steven looking to go on the inside of Parabolica. Steven and Soul going to play down into T1. Even able to make the inside cut. Hold that position. Art's doing very well up front, but Humphrey Wangle Snatcher right there as D. Pickett spins off. Someone goes flying across the track in front of him.
yeah, I'm at turn 1. My bad.
Oof.
I thought it
As
was
we
just a
said.
straightaway. My fault.
Christoph Arts doing
Somebody
very
pulled
well.
a top go 30 too. Must have sped in pit lane.
Well, Arts holding over Wangle Snatcher. Weiss, I'm sorry, Zap Brannigan able to get around Weiss. Take a look back at the replay. If I caught it and see where that happens. Apparently not. Oh, Weiss going very wide. Right there it is. Zap able to move himself up into 5th. And Weiss now with Soul and Steven applying pressure. Wangle Snatch. Uh-oh, Wangle Snatcher with trouble. Wangle Snatcher hitting the curbs hard, tossing that Mercedes off into the grass,
Oh, yes, he
losing
did.
position all the way back into 4th. Steven as well now struggling back into 9th. But Wangle Snatcher and Zap now going to go side by side down into T1. Zap with the inside line. Able to pull ahead as we come to the end of the straight. Zap Brannigan now in 4th position. Arts has extended his lead over Clueless by 2.8 seconds. Jump up front here though. Clueless under pressure from Tobias Gable. Kevin Silvaris picks up position, moves himself into P12.
Pickett, Kamitsky, and DJ back in 13th, 14th, and 15th, having a little go through turn 1.
Yep, that's where I'm looking here. Pickett going to shoot to the inside on Silveris.
Battle is continuing down into the Lesmos. See how this turns out. This can be fun.
Silveris continues to lead over Pickett and Comiskey, but both of them right there on his tail. Waiting for that opportunity. We got another 3-stack behind him, led by Ottens, including DJ and Kesar. Silveris holding on over Pickett just barely, though. We'll see who has the speed out of that final chicane as Ottens closes it in as well. We're going to now have a pack of 5 cars coming into Parabolica. Little door banging.
Oof, little bump. It's okay, getting through it.
Silveris going way wide. But Pickett going way wide, but able to carry the speed through Parabolica down into start-finish straight. But Pickett now leading this group of cars. Silveris behind with Comiskey right there. Ottens as well.
Okay, questionable. Oh,
And a bump through T1 again. Folks having to use the runoff positions, changing Comiskey up front now with Ottens right behind him.
See,
You know what? I can't.
Let
Here's
him
the
go
thing.
in front of you.
Maybe, but here's the thing. I sit up here and I see the camera view that we have. I can't see things properly. I hate making these judgments. It's so hard to tell. Did someone hold their line? Did
I
they
was
not?
in
Did they
chase
break?
cam with him. He underbroke.
Okay, gotcha. Wangle Snatcher again struggling up front. Dropping back to 7th now. Arts continues to lead now 3 seconds over Clueless. Zap looking to close the gap. David Soul moving up now into 6th. Tobias Gable being pressured by Weiss. Zap having a great race so far, currently sitting in 3rd.
Oh, 3. No, come on. We're not going to go 3 wide through here, are we? Okay, good.
DJ able to pull out ahead of Pickett, Silveris, and Kesar. As we jump back real quick, let's see him come down into the corner. 2x2 again. Porsche 3 Porsches and a McLaren. Is that even illegal? I don't even know.
I don't
Kevin.
know, but that little duck out to start to go wide or go 3 wide by the McLaren. I was like, no, please don't.
Just a
Please
skosh.
don't.
Welho leading Huffman and Steven right now. And a push and a bump. Steven going wide. Calejo having to throw down the runoff in order to hold on to control. Giving him a little bit of a bump over Huffman and Steven, though. Wangle, he's now caught himself up to Wangle Snatcher. Tobias Gable under pressure from Weiss and Soul. Comiskey pushing too hard. End up going yellow. Weiss now yellow flagged. Dropping very quickly as Tobias now only has David Soul to contend with. Even that gap opening up as David Soul slows down. Allowing Wangle Snatcher and Calejo to catch up. Weiss into the pits. Brian Canopin going to sit the pits for this one. Understandably so.
Well, I mean, what has he got to lose? In this place, or in this case, we know where he's going to be. He's going to be a pro driver.
Yeah. Wangle Snatcher going in first, but in the pits. So I don't know what happened to Wangle Snatcher. I don't know why the timing screen is screwed up. Wangle Snatcher showing way down there in 11th. I don't know why my list is messed up, but Arts continues to lead this race. Welho now in 7th with Huff right behind him. And Kipster, you're not wrong.
Oh, he did not hold his brakes. Rob, come on, man. Back in 12th and 13th, we've had an incident with the chicane. And it keeps going. Oh, no.
We've got a lot of yellow drivers. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rob lost it through there and then didn't hold his brakes, unfortunately.
Let's jump away from the guys heading to the pits, including Pickett, Wangle Snatcher. Kinney continues to sit. Yellow flagged. Weiss in the pits. Guys, understand, this race doesn't set your whole season. Right? I understand everybody wants to drive hard, but my goodness. Kelho now with pressure from Huff and Steven. Huff going to bring the outside. Through the chicane. Steven tightening up on his bumper. Kelho now going to have to try and fight these guys off. And yeah, Kipster, as I was saying, I don't know if I got the whole sentence out. You are not wrong. Everyone needs to go watch Aries' video, Aries Drives on YouTube, regarding how to be a better driver as we watch Kevin Huffman start to pull ahead. Welho's McLaren. Off out there all by himself, surrounded two McLarens in the front, 4 in the back. Lexus represent. Kevin Huffman now leads towards Parabolica. Watch Coho and Steven going to go side by side. Steven holding the outside line, able to pull ahead. Can he hold the speed, though? Way wide. Will that give him opportunity to pull speed down into T1 on this long straight? Welho going to hold the inside line into T1. Little door bump there. We're going to push and trade some paint. Welho able to hold on, though, and pull it out of T1 and hold that position. P7 right now. Zap Brannigan, currently sitting in 3rd, holds our purple lap for this race at a 149.2.
I figured it was coming. I didn't know when, but I figured he'd grab it eventually.
Who's that, Zap?
Zap, yeah.
Yeah. Steven now getting ahead of Colelo. Let's jump back real quick and take a look. As he goes wide, we'll see what happened there. These guys trading door paint, racing very hard in their McLarens. Even able to jump to the inside, goes wide, but still able to hold on to that position. Comiskey and Kesar are now going to play battle back here as well. Kesar falling back just a little bit. So Pickett, Wangle Snatcher, Weiss, and Canopin all diving into the pits, but staying. And Zap Brannigan is off track. Yellow flagged. Again, that curb coming out of that fast chicane just likes to play with people. Tobias Gable now up into third. David Soul moving up as well. Into fourth as Zap now drops into sixth. Kevin Huffman running in fifth. Miskey continues to feel pressure from Rob Kesar. Where's Nugget today? Is he not driving?
Apparently not.
Now I'm sad because I don't get to call him Nugget.
Oh, you just did. So, I mean, I should cheer you up.
That, well, a little bit, but he's not here to hear it. So.
Oh, I guarantee he's listening.
Perfect. I hope so. That Brannigan now leading Steven and Calais. Well, I can't pronounce. He's got to tell me. He's got to tell me how to pronounce it because I keep saying it differently every time because I don't know how to say it and I feel bad. Steven Coelho now battling. Again, the McLarens continue to battle as Zap looks to hold on to P6 right now. Clueless Geezer securing that fastest lap with a 149.2. That Brannigan may be losing some pace as Steven shoots to the inside.
Oh, I'm sure he is after that nosedive into the tire barrier.
Just a tad as both McLarens look to sneak by now. That dropping 2 positions as we come down into the corner. Steven and Vallejo. I can't. Renato. I'm going to call him Renato. I have to. There we go. I love it that we have such an international group of drivers. I think it's fantastic. But these guys have got to help me. Tobias Gable helped me. He said, "Here, like this." And he sent me something that showed me how to say his name. I wish the rest of the drivers have got to help me with that. Because I'm just not good at it. It happens to the best of us. Zap now yellow flagged again heading into the pits. Pixel jumping ahead as he crosses the line. DJ is Porsche under pressure from Chalice.
And we've got a drive-through.
Renato pulling the drive-through for speeding in the pit
Renato.
lane. Zap continues to show yellow flag on me. Very strange.
I don't think he's pulled into his pit box yet. I think he's...
But why would he's sitting in the pits, but it's just showing yellow. It's not showing a pit for him. That's very strange. Check a look on Otten's now under pressure from Rob Kesar. That might have a problem. Don't understand.
If Ottens could just get one little more bump there, he could just completely lose that rear diffuser and maybe have some faster straight line speed there. Just lose some weight.
Leaders on final lap now.
There we go. Leader on the final lap as we watch Remco Ottens keep Rob Kesar band. Remco off into the gravel. Quite a cut, but going to lose position to Ottens. Will he be able to maintain against Miskey? Miskey coming up very fast. And able to get around Ottens as he slows down through there. But now Art's holding again. Very quick driver. because I'm allowed to.
Are you though?
I am. Oh, what the hell?
Oh, and Ottens gets a bump in the back from Chalice. And Chalice just keeps on going. That's
Go back and take a look there.
I don't know how you do that because it was okay.
Pushing him through the chicane. Yeah, Otten's getting
Pretty cut
spun
and dry.
hard. Looking to get himself rearranged.
The leader has finished the race.
We got some you
Arts.
guys around here that are gonna definitely have to learn how we do.
Yep. G. Steven and Kill Lalo. Remco. No. Renato.
You'll get
Continue to battle it here. I'll figure it out at some point. Renato able to get the jump coming down the line, but it looks like Steven has the pace to maybe catch up, but no. Renato gonna hold on for P6 with Steven right there. Arts. Your
I would
winner.
also like to point out that we didn't mention Clueless once that entire race, and he finished P2. So maybe it is our fault that he's not very good.
And I'm gonna dump this in the chat right there, ladies and gentlemen. You need to go watch. That'd be a better simmer.
Yeah, there's about half a dozen guys that need to go watch that and get
I'll
some
be
crap
posting it.
for
Don't
our
you
first
worry,
race
sir.
Because
Brutal
there would be
today
some
at Monza.
hefty penalties if this was being stewarded today.
Yeah, really, really brutal at Monza today. Absolutely something that just is not expected. I mean, even with a restart, you know, again, T1 at Monza, everybody expects it. I mean, you don't go for it, but everybody expects it. And I know it's a 20-minute race, but with a restart, it was even outside of T1, I felt just was brutal today. This whole race, we saw a lot of, again, the Nürburgring race, T1 was a bit of a mess, but after that, cleaned up, things looked good. Drivers were driving hard, a lot of great competition. We saw it run right to the end between Ryan Canopin and one of our new drivers there, Arts. Really, really a great battle. T2 at race 2 at Monza, just not good at all. A little brutal today, guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not discouraged. People get upset about it. You know, the guys that got hit are going to be upset because they got hit. The guys that did the hitting, look, they're going to be upset that they did the hitting, right? 100%. I guarantee it. These guys don't come to you don't come to a league and then just go to bash people. You don't. And if you do, you leave the league because you're going to get drummed out.
Or you're gonna be helped out. But
Yeah.
hopefully a lot of the guys that did some of these mistakes watch the stream because you need to change some things up.
Absolutely.
This is not how we start races here.
No.
That's kind of embarrassing. So,
But at the same time,
before lap 1 of season 1 begins here.
yeah, but at the same time, that's what I'm saying. Like, look at the, you know, guys, go back and watch the stream today. See what we saw. Go back and watch your own replays. See what happened. Learn from the mistakes, right? Everybody makes them. None of us are perfectionists, or if we are a perfectionist, none of us are perfect. Mistakes do happen, but let's try and avoid them. And speaking of which, we're going to jump it up again. PC season 2 starts March 6th. That was what we were here for today, qualification. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, that Pro Class Champ, that FGT Light from Next Level Racing coming out. Coach Dave Academy, Silver Class Champ, a full carb setup bundle from them, along with a track bundle for the most improved driver this season, as voted on by your fellow drivers in the league. Xbox Season 2 continues at Paul Ricard next week for an endurance race on Saturday, February 26th, 7 p.m. UTC, 2 p.m. Eastern. And again, guys, if you're not feeling that league race yet, if you're not feeling like you should be there, join our casual league Monday nights starting on March 7th, 8 p.m. UTC for our Euro trip. We're going to take a tour through all those European tracks, and we'll be happy to have you there. Please come and join us, even if only for practice. Come and join us. I think it'll be great. Red, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you being here.
No problem. Glad to
Thank
be
you
here.
to Blue for being here as well. I know he had to take off for hockey ball But I'm glad he was able to join us for a little bit today. Chief, I would have been happy for you to join us, but apparently you weren't here for the start of the race, and I don't know where you were because you know how to get to the channel. Not my fault. Chief thought we replaced him. We didn't replace you. You just weren't here. I don't know what to tell you. It's not our fault. What are we gonna do? But with that, guys, we are done for this week. We will be back March 6th for PC Racing for that first Season 2 race. Hopefully between now and then, I will have somebody covering Xbox races so that we're back next Saturday for that 2 hours at Paul Ricard. You'll be able to watch it right here. I am no longer able to cover those Xbox races. I really do hope that we can pull somebody in that'll be able to cover that the way we need it covered and the way the Xbox League deserves to be covered. Thank you so much. But again, thank you everybody for being here. Hope you guys have yourselves a great weekend. And again, come back here anytime to Box 3 Motorsports for awesome ACC E3 racing.